Welcome to Kindling Conversations, the podcast where warmth meets wit, and four friends gather around the crackling fire of camaraderie to share stories, laughs, and insights. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, settle into your favorite spot, and let the glow of Kindling Conversations accompany you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kindling Conversations. I'm Kyle, and I'm joined today by my three other co-hosts.
I'm Ben.
I'm Mother.
I'm Ashley.
Just
keep going.
And today we're going to be talking about embarrassing moments that have happened to us personally. I mean, I think we could take it as far as to if you know someone that's had something embarrassing happen to them.
So I say we should
kind
of try to stick with embarrassing moments within certain topics. You know what I mean? Like school. Like we should do like a grade school one, middle school, like go through our lives.
Well, I think if you've ever shit your pants at school or pissed your pants, I think that's going to be everyone's.
Well, you're in kindergarten.
Right. But that's probably going to top the list. I mean, unless you can think of something way more embarrassing. But I shit my pants in second grade.
You shipped your pants? Like came out commercial?
I full on shit my... I was just standing in the playground. It just came out.
No, not came out.
I didn't even try holding it. I was just standing there. It slipped out.
Sorry.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I promise this ain't a Christmas episode. But first, I think we got some shout outs. Unless it's just the
huge.
The
The
huge.
embers and the sparks.
Yeah.
Haley,
Devin.
Aaron, Kira.
Joey.
Thank you guys for sticking with us and back playing. I don't know. We'll see if Aaron actually listens to our podcast again.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he's got to catch up.
He
Well,
was blaming us.
it's not like
Already?
he has to catch up, but like...
Still? I was gonna say we've given him plenty of time to
Yeah,
catch up.
he's
caught
had a
up.
good
He
little
hasn't watched
bit.
the new one yet. The newest one.
Yeah, I think that's about it for that, I guess.
Yeah. We don't have a very big following yet. Please
Yeah.
follow us, guys. Please
Except for the paid
share.
ads, you know.
Please share us.
Yeah, we're not getting paid for any ads we're doing.
We need money.
Okay, Kyle, get into it.
I
Well,
don't know what you're looking at.
what's your
We're
guys'
advertising
embarrassing
you.
No, I'm
moment?
just trying to. Let's go back to you and when you were in second grade. Why did you feel the urge, or was it like you just had diarrhea?
Were you in like the middle of class and the teacher told you no once already and you didn't want to
No,
go?
I was at recess. I was just playing around, bullying kids like I did. And my body bullied me. I full on shit my pants right in the playground.
Shipped my pants.
So then, what did you
and-
do?
Did you
Held my
play?
ass cheeks and ran up into the bathroom. I'm not sure if anyone knew. No one ever pointed it out. But I
Were you wearing pants or shorts?
was wearing jeans.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
but my parents' toxic trait was putting jeans on me from like the 70s. So like, it was like the capris, and
You wear capris now.
they were like the really light colored jeans, and I like the
Uh-huh.
darker color ones.
Ooh, they were light colored jeans.
But I
Worst.
needed, they were borderline white. But like obviously I needed a change of, from the waist down.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad were working. Well, my mom was probably sleeping because she worked third shift.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was working. He was in Delavan. So the only person that was available in town was Nana. So I forgot. I think a teacher had took me in there because she knew. I think I told her out of
Probably because you had to get back inside.
yeah, and so she waited in the bathroom with me.
I'm
Yep.
just imagining little Kyle going up to, I shit my pants.
No, he probably said,
I
I,
think
pooped.
I think it was like I think I told her I had like an accident or something.
Had accident.
But the
had
only person that could bring me a
accidental.
change of clothes was Nana. So the teacher's like,
She
well,
brought you more 70s pants?
yes. That's all that my dresser was full of. I swear to God. Even to this day, so I have like 70s pants.
Describe 70s pants to our viewers.
They're like light colored pants. They only go to like your ankles.
like,
like-
you're waiting for a flood.
Yeah.
Were you wearing high socks too?
No, they're just regular socks, I think.
Hmm?
I can't remember.
I mean, to be fair, second grade, this was like
I didn't pick out my
early
own clothes.
2000s.
Right.
My mom didn't trust me to pick out my own clothes
I still don't
because
trust you.
because she knew it'd be a fucking train wreck. So like she would lay out my clothes for me.
I don't blame her.
She
I've
still
seen some of
did.
the shit
She
you
still
wore.
didn't until high school when she moved out.
You mean you chose what you wore in high school?
After the divorce, yes.
Yikes, that's a choice.
Yeah. So
He still chooses what he
the
wants to
teacher was
wear.
like, "Well,
Mhm.
what's
They're
your
usually
grandma's name?
choices.
What's your grandma's name so we can get her down here to bring you a change of clothes?" And I was like, "It's Nana." And she's like, "No, like, what's her actual name?" I'm like, "Nana," because that's what I call her
Yeah.
is Nana.
That's what you knew her as.
And so the teacher had to call my dad, and she's like, "What's your mom's name?" And he goes, "Pat." She goes, "Okay, Kyle was saying it's Nana." And he goes, "Well, it is." He's like, that's what he
I
calls
mean,
her.
That's fair.
Right.
So she had to get her number from my dad and call her and everything. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I'm not sure if anyone noticed like me coming back with just completely different pants on. But, you know,
I don't think I have any stories of like pooping or peeing my pants that I can.
I
that
did
were that
puke one
embarrassing.
time. I thought I missed the bus in school.
You puke because you thought you missed the bus.
So it was after school.
We're just
I got-
learning so much about Kyle.
Right?
I got hung up doing something.
This podcast is pretty much
And-
listen to Kyle's story.
You know how like
Kyle's life
Kyle's
is
like-
embarrassing.
well like do you know how like when
to-
you start running and you're like really fucking nervous that you're gonna like your heart starts beating and shit
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called anxiety.
and you get that feeling that you're like gonna throw up.
Yep, that's anxiety.
Yeah, I fucking puked right in the gym. And then I just kept going. And I made it, and then I made it to the bus. I didn't tell anyone. I just stopped. I just puked on the gym floor, and then just ran out the door into the bus. Yeah, that's
So-
pretty much it. I
Huh.
didn't miss the bus. I got in the bus, and I'm like, oh, I guess I got sick for nothing.
So when you got on the bus, were you like, "Oh, this is great. This is
Yeah,
fine."
I was like-
instant relief.
I was like, well, I made it to the bus, and like, thing was, the gym door was open, so I could see the bus, and they weren't leaving. And I still puked on the floor, and then just ran. Like I sprinted to the bus, like my life depended
How
on it.
long did the bus wait until like it left after you got on it?
Well, that's the thing. It waited a little bit.
So you had time.
Yeah. But I never knew because I always wanted to get to the bus right after that, school got out
Uh-huh.
because I didn't want to miss it. Because
Yeah.
then otherwise my parents would beat my ass. So I was like, it's either I get sick here or I miss the bus and I get my ass beat.
Well-
and I'm like, so I'm just going to get sick here.
On the bright side, you didn't miss the bus.
Yeah.
No. I did get my ass beat for forgetting my lunchbox on the bus one time, though.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're making your parents out to be like
Like
fucking,
abusers.
yeah,
I
child abusers.
got grounded
I
for
almost said molesters.
Caleb.
detention, I think. I
I
don't know.
almost got detention in 4th grade.
I got a detention in in kindergarten for trying to scare people.
And my parent. Okay,
Yeah.
yours.
Ain't that a load of shit?
Let's hear yours first, so we can do mine.
Yeah, so kindergarten, I got detention for trying to scare someone.
Like you were just hiding it around the corner.
No, I was hiding behind the front door of the school. And I scared one teacher, and she laughed. And then I was waiting there, and the principal's like, hey, come over here. You're not going to scare anyone. And I'm like, okay. And then my ass walked back up to the door, and I tried scaring someone. I got detention for it.
That's
I
your
could just
dumbass
see
fault.
Little Kyle.
Like, I was in fucking
like,
kindergarten.
When he goes back to the door, looking back, the principal going, "Ha! I'm gonna go do it anyways."
No, it was
And then
funny,
continue
like-
walking over.
I had my back to the wall, and I was making dead eye contact with her. I'm like, I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking scare someone, and then I got detention.
Did you scare somebody else?
I think I tried scaring one of my friends, and then like she didn't like she waited to give me detention until I scared her. Like once he came out, and I went bah, and she's like, "Yep, you're done."
Oh, actually,
I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I do have an embarrassing story.
5th grade, I got suspended 4 times.
Okay, that's not embarrassing. You're done. Ben,
He said he wanted to hear it, and then he would explain his.
That one story.
one story.
The ones in 5th grade are juicier.
We'll get those next then. You gotta come down and then come back up, then go down, come back up.
Yeah, we're going down now
Yeah.
with Ben's story.
Yeah.
It's like taking a downer,
Or like Caleb's career. Sorry, Caleb. I was just messing with you.
You know what? One day, one day.
One day when you're in the $1 million house and I'm in the box on the side of the street.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Restaurants are going to make me rich.
So when I was in 4th grade, I bawled my eyes out crying because I did not want to go in the smokehouse because I was scared. In 4th grade, yeah. And now I'm a firefighter. Isn't
I was
that
gonna say,
ironic?
yeah.
Now I
Full circle.
voluntarily do it.
Okay,
Right.
but if anybody knows anything, like when Ben was little, he was like the skittish, most scared little boy ever.
And there was
He
like
still
people.
is.
There was like
Try
people.
grabbing his nips.
Get out of here. There was like people on the fire department that I knew that were trying to help me. Like, come on, Ben, let's go. And I was bawling my eyes out.
Didn't you always want to be a firefighter?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. When I was younger, I did.
What did he want to
I
be
told
when he
Mom
was
and Dad.
younger?
I told Mom and Dad I was going to be a firefighter. I was going to ride the ambulance.
No, shut up. This is Ashley's turn to talk.
Oh my God.
He was gonna be anything
Stripper.
and everything. No, he was gonna be a cowboy. The boy would wear shorts.
He wanted to be
With-
Johnny Sins.
He would wear shorts with cowboy boots, and then he would take my jump rope and tie it around one of like our big stuffed animals that we had. It was probably, I think it was the penguin that we got from when my mom bought a car around Christmas time.
I do remember that.
He would
She had
tie,
this giant stuffed penguin.
yeah, he would tie the jump rope around it and would pretend it was like a cow that he was like taking care of.
The stuffed animal would be dragging behind me. I'm like, I got the cow, guys. And I just had this little gator. I just put him in the back. And be like, this is my hauler, my farm animal hauler.
Yep.
Oh my
One of those little
God.
battery powered like
Then he
powered
took
gators.
my giant Care Bear, and that became another animal for him.
I used to have my own little farm in my room.
He would attach belts together to make like a rope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Oh.
so you wanted to be a cowboy, huh?
Yeah.
We went to like the rodeo once, and that boy was like,
Was that like
"I'm gonna be
your
a bull
dream?
rider."
Huh?
Was that like your dream come true, going to a rodeo?
No, it was more just like not necessarily a cowboy. It was more of just a farmer in general that I used to want to be. Still a little bit of me that still wants to be,
ye.
but
Hobby
moved
farm.
on.
Okay, Ashley, what's
Yeah,
your
some more what it's
elementary
like?
embarrassing story?
In kindergarten, we had like a paraprofessional. It was like the teacher's helper. So the teacher
We called them student teachers.
they were paraprofessionals to us.
We were professional in Walworth. We used big words.
The paraprofessionals were for special needs. in
we
our
used
school.
we used big words unlike people over in Beloit.
So
fair.
we would split up into two groups, and like at one group you would be like learning, doing something with the teacher, and then at the other station you would be with the paraprofessional doing some kind of arts and crafts. And
Calm down, Caleb. Jesus.
Caleb's getting a little angry.
He's fist bump for no reason.
I did the learning part, and then I went to the paraprofessionals station, and I was like just doing my own thing, and they were like, "Oh, how was everybody's night and stuff?" And I was like, "Oh, mine was really bad." And they were like, "Oh no,
I know
Ashley,
this one.
why?" And I was like, "Cause this morning I had to carry my brother 5 miles to my aunt's house all by myself."
She barely was a mile away too.
She carried you.
Listen,
You couldn't walk.
I don't even know how old I was.
I was in kindergarten, so I was like, what, 4? Ben was like 1.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I was like, yeah, I carried him 5 miles because my mom and dad got into a big argument, and my mom left and my dad left, and nobody was
Christ.
home.
Oh, I remember this.
And she just kept me talking.
Remember you telling
And
me
I
this,
was like,
yeah.
this is insane. This teacher wants to talk to me. And
Ashley if you don't know anything about Ashley, now she's talked. When she was really younger, she would talk to anybody. She was a really social young kid.
Yeah.
And if someone talked to her, she would talk. She didn't care. But tell you
Yeah.
some random story. She was really good at making up stories when she was younger.
Yeah. My imagination was
Really
real
good.
wild. So as I'm talking, the teacher is listening and typing this up. And my grandma worked at the school.
She worked in the kitchen.
Yeah. And so
Oh yeah.
the teacher was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And I'm like, "Okay, goodbye, Miss Boulder. Like, I'm gonna stay here to
Like,
keep
toodles.
painting." Well, I guess she had talked to my grandma, and my grandma called my mom while she was at work, and she was like, "What is going on at home? Like, what is happening?" And my mom's like, "What do you mean?" Well, turns out that my parents did not get into a fight. They were talking about our spring break trip
And talking about a
boning.
hotel.
and talking about a
Oh.
hotel. So I
Ashley took that as they were fighting, and mom went to a hotel. But the thing is, my mom drove me and her to my aunt's house.
Yeah.
To like babysit us, and dropped
You
Ashley
didn't
off at
walk?
school. No,
Why the fuck did you say it?
was.
because when Ashley was younger, she would make as long as she could be talking, she would make up some sort of story.
I didn't
She
think
would
it
make-
was a bad thing.
She
When
would
she
make up a
was younger?
story. Yeah, she would make up a
When she
story
was
just to
younger?
talk.
Only
I
when
mean
she was
now
younger?
too, but
Ashley set up the perfect like child services case.
Yeah, I did.
she really did.
It was just my inner social worker
And
coming
now
out.
she's a social worker.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Isn't that
So,
funny?
yeah, and then I didn't think anything was wrong. They didn't say anything to me until I got home, and my mom had picked us up, and she would walk Lucy and stuff. And like, I was super excited to see my mom and my dog, but my mom was not excited to see me.
Yeah, because
So-
someone's got a child services case open against
Yeah.
them.
I got yelled at a lot.
Yeah.
Like by my mom and my dad. And then I saw my grandma at the next day in the lunch line, and then she yelled.
You do good.
Oh my god!
Sorry. Swallowed soda the wrong way.
Both of you?
Yeah. Sorry. You made eye contact with me.
Oh my god, you two. Alrighty, continue on the podcast.
I'm trying to think what embarrassing. Well, okay. So in high school, I had a stomach ache, and so I stayed home 2 or 3 days from school. Like it was a bad one, like a bad stomach ache, and to anybody listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So I felt better, and I had a basketball game, and as on varsity.
Was this the
and-
road game?
No.
Oh.
No, I
Wait.
guess that's another one.
This
So-
is what grade?
I was a senior.
Oh no, we're going elementary, middle, high school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Caleb, what's your elementary
Yeah.
school? We've all kind of said one.
I don't know.
I know one.
From elementary?
Story that I've heard. I didn't know
Talk
you
in the
in-
mic.
I didn't know you in middle school, but it's a story I've heard.
We knew each other in middle school.
Elementary, I'm saying.
Yeah, well, you said middle.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
It involves your head.
Oh,
What'd you do?
yeah.
That counts as elementary.
Sure.
That does, because it was elementary school. So it was wintertime. It had just snowed, but we had also just come off of some snow melting. It was like in that in between time where it was like warming up, so
Well-
the snow melting.
Was the white dust like
I'm getting there. Hold on.
okay?
So the snow melted, then it got cold again. It refroze, So there's a nice layer of ice everywhere, and then it snowed, like a fresh powdery snow.
Ugh.
So you know how the ice got
Okay,
super
yeah.
slick,
Yep.
So there's like a layer of dust over the ice.
but it was snow.
Yes.
Yes,
Not
Yeah.
just dust. No.
powdery
It was
snow.
like the powder. Yeah.
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 You good?
Sorry, head burp.
Your thing is pissing me off. It's not straight.
His little
There we go.
microphone, his little wind cover microphone thing was not straight and it was making
There we
Kyle
go.
mad.
It's crooked again.
Yeah, you're pissing me off with the way you're holding your fucking microphone. Thank you.
You got talking to the tip.
Anyways.
In this corner.
Anyways, fresh powder snow on a layer of ice.
Whose foot was that? Is that yours? Okay, you can put it up. I thought it was Ben's. I was like, man, it's
Fresh.
flexible.
Fresh layer of snow on some ice, and we were at recess, and I was gonna go run and play with my best friend at the time.
Who? Oh, Autumn.
Yeah. And I ran, I stopped because I didn't know what was happening. And then I was like, oh, and I started running again. And when I ran that time, I slipped on the ice, fell right back onto my head, cracked my
Ooh.
head open.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was walking up to holding my head to the teacher, and I was like, my head hurts.
No
And she was
shit.
like, yeah, I bet it does. And I'm like, what? And I take my
Probably
hand
like, oh
off,
shit!
bloody fucking hand.
Oh.
And I was just like, at that point, that's when I started crying, when I saw the fucking blood.
Yeah, because you were scared.
Yeah. And so she took me to the nurse's office. Nurse called my parents, had to go to the hospital, 5 stitches in my head.
Did you get like a lollipop or like cookies out of it?
From the nurse,
Yeah,
yeah. She
pain.
gave me a lollipop.
Now since you're talking about falling, I do have a story. It was this 4th grade. It was gym class.
So we're going to middle school.
4th grade is still
4th
elementary.
grade. That's elementary
Fourth, yeah.
school.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
The fuck is 4th grade to you?
Yeah, 5th grade's middle school.
Sixth
No,
grade.
5th grade is
sixth,
elementary school.
Really?
Sixth,
Oh, not
seventh,
in
and
Walworth.
eighth is middle school.
Not in Walworth.
What?
Yeah, that's weird.
5th grade starts middle
Yeah,
school.
5th grade starts middle,
Middle
school.
school was 6, 7, 8 for us.
Oh no.
You good? That was a pop accident. We're good.
Not relevant.
So we did this thing called Jump Rope for Heart, and
Mm.
so there's like a little fundraiser we did to raise money for like heart disease stuff.
Yeah,
for
and-
kids and like that.
Yeah.
And we donated to that. And so there's this little, those little jumping platforms that you stack on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of our stations. And 4th grade me thought, there's a cute girl there. I'm gonna try and impress her. Me and my friend talking, and then we stacked them really high. And I was like, watch this, I'm gonna do it. Cause I did. You take 3 off, and I did that one. It was pretty high, and I was like, I could do this. We did it. I'm like, I'm scared. He goes, my friend's like, just do it. Come on, just do it. I'm like, all right. I did it. My feet at the front, like my knees like came to my head, and I went right down to my butt.
Is that why you won't talk to girls now?
No,
Yeah, right? I was
no.
going to say that.
That's
Yeah.
his
No,
villain.
but yeah,
He
I
has-
jumped up
he has,
like the
PTSD.
front of my toes hit it, and I had my like folded and went straight down, hit my butt.
I thought you were gonna say like your feet hit it and then slid
No.
it out from underneath you. And
No,
then,
he was holding it, so it didn't do that. We were that smart. We were that smart. At least, but yeah, like the front of my shoes caught it. I like folded and went straight
The
down.
plan was there, but the execution was
So
poor.
you just went straight up. You didn't actually jump forward.
Right, because I was trying to get height, and so I didn't go forward very
Oh.
much. And I just went up and wham, boom.
Did
out.
everybody look at you?
I kind of like jumped up fast. You know, you hit the ground, you're like, nothing happened. I looked around, my butt was so sore. After that, it was rough.
Okay, middle school.
Yep.
Mine was the musical.
Just doing the musical.
Yeah, because
Whole
that was
musical?
really out of my comfort zone.
And I don't know how you got the fucking lead.
I don't either. Because
I pretty much pressured him into.
TJ
Or
signed me up for it.
TJ pretty much pressured you.
I
into
didn't even
signing
want
up for
to
it.
audition, and because
Why did you then?
well, Miss Hormig was like, "Oh, we're gonna be having auditions. I implore you all to, sign your name, at least audition." And I was sitting there. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna I got better things to do
Right.
in middle school, for sure. And so TJ went up, came back. He goes, "Yeah, I put both of our names down to audition." I'm like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "All right, whatever." I didn't even try. Like
What'd you sing? Don't you just sing?
so the guys had to sing one part,
Yeah.
and then we had to memorize the monologue. Well, so I did both, and I half-assed both parts because I'm like if I don't get the part, I'm not gonna be upset. I didn't want to try out anyway.
Right.
Whatever. So I did it. That was it. And then it was that Friday, or the Friday after, or
What
something.
day did you do this on? Was it like a Monday?
It was like a
Tuesday,
Monday, I think,
Monday?
or something.
Yeah, it was like a Monday. Results
Yeah.
were posted on like a Friday.
Yeah. And so on that Friday, everyone's checking to see like where their name is on the list. I just scanned it, so I just looked at the bottom because I'm like, yep, I don't see it, whatever. So like I started turning around, and Miss Hormig's like, did you see what part you got? I'm like, no. And she's like, you got the lead. I'm like, oh great. I'm like, what?
I got mad at Kyle.
And then the morning announcements came on, and they
You got
started
mad?
listing
Yeah.
off
Yeah, we see that for us
the
too.
part you got on the morning announcements. So like my name was first. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck? And
That's funny.
I got
this was
mad
the
at Kyle.
musical. Caleb had the lead in the play.
I was
in
gonna say
the
I
fall.
had the
Uh-huh.
lead in the play in the fall.
It was the
so,
Jungle Book.
Yeah,
It was
I
Mowgli? Yeah. So
all
You got
the
mad at him
bitches.
for an audition that he didn't really try for.
Yeah, he got the
He couldn't
fucking
sign
lead
himself
in.
up.
because Caleb was trying to get the lead for the musical.
I wanted to get lead for both.
See, I
Yeah.
can see Caleb as a musical or play guy. I cannot see Kyle.
And she
He wasn't.
had told Caleb that the only reason he didn't get it is because he didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, and I was the one who fucking tried.
Yeah, he actually tried. I didn't.
New debate. I got a new debate idea. Did Kyle reserve the role, the lead?
I think it was bullshit.
Conspiracy theory. Yeah, like I don't know. Like
Conspiracy theory. He paid the teacher off.
I wouldn't say it was
Just to spite
necessarily.
me too. It
Just
seems like
spite,
something he
right.
would do, considering all of our
Right.
other middle school shenanigans.
Didn't he get you suspended a couple times?
He definitely got me detention a couple times.
And he got
No,
out
that
of
was
it.
also middle school.
That was middle school.
And he
That's,
got out
of
that's
it.
my embarrassing story.
But yeah, like it wasn't too embarrassing. Like the first show, like the first times we started rehearsing with a mic and everything, that's when like I could feel my face getting hot because I'm like,
Yeah.
I've never done this before.
I got knuckles.
Yeah, okay, Caleb's was knuckles. He
Do
couldn't
it.
get him to crack that loud in middle school, so they had to give him bubble wrap,
Yeah.
and he had to snap the bubble wrap in the mic. I mean, it was a really fun experience. Me and Caleb were a couple womanizers.
Did-
Oh, yeah.
Would you encourage people to do it? Like if our kid came up to you and was like, "Dad, should I do this?"
I'm not gonna stop them if they want to, you know.
I was gonna say I don't think you
Like-
can ever stop a kid from doing what they want to do.
No.
Right.
Like
But
I'm not gonna talk them out of it. I'll give them my experience, but I'm not gonna like
but you got,
downplay it.
you got to admit it was a fun experience.
It was fun.
especially
yeah.
when we were womanizing.
It was fun.
Like we still bring up memories from it though. I mean,
I still got my playbook.
I was gonna say you still have your playbook, and I remember the script, and I remember what you
Nothing.
gave a look.
No.
Oh, you gave a look. I remember we were sitting at when you were at the bitch's house and you were packing up.
Oh,
Yeah, and you pulled your script out, and we sat there and we looked through all of the notes and like through the play or the musical and everything. We were like, dude, I remember this, like, and we're having a laughing good time about it,
yeah.
like just reminiscing on the fucking musical that you didn't even want to be in, that you got the
Right.
lead for.
Right.
But
Ashley?
My middle school.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say 7th grade I was in, and we were outside at recess, whatever. And I was so popular.
oh sure,
She really wasn't.
No. But this is my first kiss, so that's embarrassing.
I remember my first kiss.
Who was yours with? I can't.
We'll get to there.
I remember mine.
That can be a new.
I remember
Topic.
mine.
Anyways, and so it was outside at recess, but it kind of was like a double dare type of deal. And I'm not friends with the girl anymore, but she had said like, "Oh, like I double dog dare you to kiss this person," and I was like,
Who dared you? Carla?
"No, Maribel. I'm not friends
Oh.
with her anymore."
Okay.
So
I've heard you bring her up.
yeah, and so my mom did not raise a pussy, so I was like, "Okay, bet." And so
Well, she kind of did raise a pussy.
Yeah, I was going to say kind of.
sort of, kind of.
I say this come back on me, Ashley.
Oh, I thought we were
Yeah.
talking about like Nala.
Oh,
No.
I was talking about the downstairs.
Oh, I was talking about Ben.
I thought Kyle was talking about me.
No. Okay, we were all picking up something completely different there.
me and Caleb picked for the same thing.
Yeah.
That is true.
You three.
Ben knew. Ben was like, yeah, this is coming back on me.
And so I did it, but he really liked me, and so he tried to use tongue, but like 7th grade Ashley didn't really know why
Oh, God.
this tongue just went into my mouth, and I got scared, and I like bit down.
Oh.
So then he kind of like pulled away, and I was still like clamped
no.
down. And yeah,
Ooh.
we attempted to date, but we did not. It did not go. It did not go so well after
Yikes.
that.
I would have screamed.
Yeah, so it was a little traumatizing when somebody stuck their tongue in me, and then we really.
That was a bad choice.
Yeah.
That's middle school.
Yeah, jeez. Bad choice of words, Ashley.
Yikes.
In me.
Okay, in my mouth. I don't know
So
if that's any
weird.
better.
I don't think it is. 'cause
But
now I'm just
I really
picturing-
thought that like nobody was watching. No, it was a lot of people were watching.
Nice.
Yikes.
My middle school story
Is it one?
has to involve.
Do you have? Is it a bunch of them? Or
It is, but there's
one
one.
of them
One,
more.
one was like the most memorable to me.
Okay.
So Kyle and I had a lot of classes together in 7th and 8th grade.
Which was a bad idea from the way it sounds.
Mhm.
Yeah. But Kyle would always get me in trouble. And I mean always.
He still gets you in trouble.
Yeah, but no, not like that.
Mine was
He'd
like
get me sent to like ISS, he'd get me detention and all that bullshit.
Honestly, I don't know why you're so friends with him.
I don't either.
teach me.
So there's this one particular day. Can't remember why Kyle left the room. Doesn't really fucking matter.
Was it bathroom break?
I don't know. All I remember, he comes back. He walks through the door. I'm making direct eye contact with him.
Oh.
Yeah. Making direct eye contact with this son of a bitch. We sit right next to each other in class. And I pull his chair out for him real nice and gently as he's walking to me.
Uh-huh.
He comes to sit down. He's still making eye contact with me. He's like ready to sit down in his chair, making complete eye contact with me, sees what I'm doing. And I pull the chair. You know how like some people pull the chair from people when they're going to sit down, they fall flat on their ass?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did this so nice and gently. Kyle knew exactly what the fuck I was doing. And then he just goes down to the ground.
I flopped.
He flopped onto the ground. And I'm just like, ugh. And Kyle's over here laughing. And fucking Miss Hernandez.
Miss Hernandez or Miss Story?
It was Hernandez.
Was it?
It was in Hernandez's class. Because I remember it was science or something like that we were doing. She let me have it in front of the whole class. She's like, would it have been funny if he would have cracked his head open?
Oh.
And I really, really badly just wanted to be like, kinda.
That's right.
And then she sent me to ISS, where I was a first name basis with Miss Owens.
First name basis. The teacher.
Caleb tried getting me in trouble one time too. It was like
Yeah.
revenge. So it was at lunch. the little cartons of like chocolate milk or white milk you get with lunch, you know?
It was chocolate milk to be,
Yeah, it was chocolate milk.
so you know.
Well, he was fucking with me, and he like poured like his was empty, but he didn't know that there was like a drop in there. So like he was like faking it, and like a little more came out than he thought, and it like went in my hair.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my full carton and smashed it right into his fucking face,
Yeah.
and milk exploded everywhere. So then we go out to recess, come back, couldn't find Caleb. So I go to class, and they paged to the class,
Mhm.
and they wanted me to go down to the office. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. I gotta walk in. Here's Caleb sitting there with like a shitty grin on his face. And
To be fair, they wanted to know the story of what happened, and I told them. It's not like I went to tattle.
Yeah.
The teacher had pulled me before we went to recess, so they wanted to know what happened. So I told them.
And
Telltale.
so like I went in there, and they're like, what happened?
I'm just saying, our vice principal and my dad were on first name basis.
That's not something to brag about.
Katie Smullins.
That's not something to brag about, just so you know.
Yeah. No, she told me if I would have had one more referral, they were going to expel me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
finish your story.
Yeah, so then I walk in there, I tell my side of the story, and then they put us both in detention.
Which Kyle fucking liked.
It was so quiet in there, and Miss Owens, the teacher in there, she knew me because of my
Hilarious.
brother.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, hey, Kyle."
And then Caleb walked in. She's like, Caleb.
Caleb thought I was gonna hate it, and like we walked out of there, and I'm like, "Dude, that was pretty fucking cool."
And I was just like, what? You like
He's like,
that?
yeah, he's like, "You like that?" I'm like, "Dude, it was so quiet in there."
Well, yeah,
I was like,
because
oh my god.
I mean, at home, I'm sure it was probably chaotic, and Kyle's head is just chaotic in itself. So sitting in like a quiet room was probably
Dude,
so
it's
nice.
fucking nice. Yeah.
And I'm just over there like, I fucking hate the quiet because of my ADHD brain.
Yeah.
So like it was awful to me, but I never learned.
Mm-hmm.
I never learned. Ben,
I don't know if I have one that I can remember.
Wait,
I think my mind like blocked them all out.
you weren't that traumatized?
for real. No, he remembers one. He just doesn't want to tell us because it's embarrassing.
I would tell you my embarrassing story. I just don't remember any.
It was like a puberty one? No, that's high school, ain't it?
Yeah, it could start in middle school.
Can it?
Well, clearly.
Yeah, that's why-
we know someone who had a baby in middle school.
That's why you start learning about it in 4th grade.
I just kind of kept to myself and sat in the back of the classroom. Was quiet.
My
Hmm.
most embarrassing
Yes, I was the quiet kid.
is
School shooter vibes.
in middle
I was
school
told that.
too would be
Never
like-
happened.
going to speech class,
That's good. I'm
Mhm.
assuming because you're saying.
And-
Yeah, right.
still not knowing how to say words.
That's fair. Okay, Ben, high school. Most embarrassing.
Hold
moment
on,
from high school.
hold on, Ben. And I don't mean to like piss you off or anything, and I can cut this part out if you want. Don't you have like dyslexia? Don't like nothing about that like was embarrassing in middle school?
If
No,
you
I
knew you
just-
had it.
I just wouldn't go up to from the classroom to write anything on the board. I would just sit in the back and try to hang low.
Nope, Ben's embarrassing.
No, see, whenever I tried that, they'd call my ass out to go up.
You
to
just
the
weren't good
fucking
enough
board.
at it. I was pretty good at it.
Oh,
Ben's most embarrassing is getting the B's and D's mixed up and getting slapped in the back of the head by Dad. That was Dad's teaching style.
Yeah, he's either doing homework, like, he'd do spelling bee, he'd do like the spelling stuff, and also he'd be looking at
Yes.
it, and all of a sudden you'd be sitting there, also you go, really? What? Whack! You knew exactly what it was
Okay.
for.
Or you would just
Yeah.
start writing it and he'd be like over your shoulder. And that's probably where my anxiety comes from is when people watch me because of my
Right,
dad doing
right.
homework with me.
Yeah.
And then just knowing like I started writing a B when it should have been a D and just hearing him shift and I'm like, fuck.
okay.
Or one
That-
of those other
I
That's
have
an
one more
embarrassing-
from middle
Or
school.
can I say this one thing?
Yep.
When you're sitting there and the teacher comes, looks at your play store and goes, "Guys, please read the questions carefully," and you're like, "What? Did I do something wrong?"
That was one of my embarrassing things. We had a spelling bee
Mhm.
in 6th grade, and I was doing pretty good. I was one of the last ones up there. I think it was me and some other girl, and the word I got was way.
W-A-Y.
No,
Oh, like WHEY.
no,
Wait, oil?
like how much does something weigh?
Oh,
Oh.
WEIGH.
So I spelled all these words, and we get down to way, and I'm like, can you use it in a sentence? She goes, like, how much does something weigh? I can't remember what the exact thing was, but I'm like, oh, okay. My brain completely shut off. I forgot how the fuck to spell weigh. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like I was standing up there, it felt like for a fucking eternity.
Did your face get red?
Yeah, like I was like,
was
oh my
embarrassed,
god.
of
And like
course.
at this point, I'm like, I just want to get the fuck off of the stage. Like everyone's watching me.
Yeah.
And then she starts counting down. And I'm like, W. And like that, and like she didn't do anything. I'm like, E. And like at this point, like I was gonna give out letters to get it wrong intentionally. And I was like, E. And she didn't stop me. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, R. I knew it wasn't R, but like I was like, fuck it. Like give me the fuck off of the stage. And it's like, and I'm like, oh my god. And then so it goes to the other girl, WEIGH. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, god damn it, I fucking knew that.
You're on my fucking shit list now.
Like, oh my god. But like it was so fucking embarrassing because like my mind just shut off. Like I knew how to spell it, could not remember for some fucking reason. Oh man. That was so bad.
I guess I have one. So in middle school, 7th, 8th grade, I did band. And we did a thing called solo ensemble, where we had to go play a solo in front of a judge. Well, would you two calm down? Can I tell my story? I really didn't know how to play the tuba. I played the tuba, but I just blew air into it.
Ben faked
I
it
got-
till he made
I got-
it.
I got drowned out by the whole band.
Yeah,
and
when
so
we
it
would
didn't
go
matter.
to concerts, Ben would just be like,
We in the parade, I would just play random things.
That's what I do in the parade, is to make it seem like I was playing.
Oh no, I actually played, but I just played random notes. I didn't know what I was doing.
it was either that or choir or art, and Ben's not good at
Either
Oh
of
my
those.
God.
either. So
So that was my option, and so I was tuba. I was originally gonna go become percussion, but the teacher went, "Hey, we need a tuba. You want to play tuba?" I said, "Yeah, sure." I was too nervous
know
and
how to
too
say
shy.
no?
I was too nervous and shy to say no.
That's fair.
There's adults in there going, "Want to play tuba?" Yeah, that's fine. yeah,
Tuba's fine. Tuba's
okay.
fine.
It's a really
Oh my
important role. Yeah,
God.
okay, that's fine. Yep. Yeah, I put no effort into that thing. And so solo ensemble came around, and like I was one of the last ones of the day. A couple of my friends stayed and watched, and I was like, I'm gonna do good. I got in the room. It was, and then finally I just like stopped, and the judge just like looked at me, and I was like,
you're like,
Ben just
I'm
drops the mic.
Oh, the tuba. Just
but the thing is, though, it's in like a high school, it's in a middle school, and you're spread out through different rooms.
Yeah.
And so I was in my own room. It was really dead quiet. And all you do is,
wait, didn't you have a whole like song that you had to play?
Yep. But that's what I remember from the song. Or those couple notes that I remember
Because
from
you didn't
band
know how
class.
to read the note.
Nope.
The music
forgot
page.
about that.
I don't know how to
So-
read music, so I was just playing. I didn't know how to play random notes either, so I just played random notes. I was
He
really
went from low to high.
pretty much. I was really good at B flat. B flat was my specialty. That's because you held everything down.
He went
like,
from low note to high note.
and that's all you did. I was really good at B flat.
so
So you knew you wouldn't place.
No, I wasn't going anywhere, and I knew it. But I thought I remembered more than that. And I got in the room and looked at music and went, "Yep, I don't know what I'm doing." And that was 7th grade. And so the worst part was, and the worst part was, that was 7th grade. I had to go back 8th grade. Same exact thing. I did not learn a single thing. Yeah, it was terrible.
So real quick,
Are we
one of-
thinking of the same incident?
We might be, but before we go into any of our band incidents, you're probably better at telling this story than I am, and I know you'll remember it. So I'm just gonna make a motion, or I'm gonna make a face, and I want you to tell the story. It was a pretty embarrassing story for me, but you're better at telling it. Okay?
Okay.
Apparently knows what it is from the face.
So you know how like if you don't have your glasses on and you like your eyes are blurry, you squint your eyes to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you scrunch your face.
Right.
Yeah.
So I forgot it was Mr. Boucher,
Bach.
Mr. Bach. I forgot what the class was, but Caleb was sitting in the back.
It was
And-
health.
Was it health?
Yes.
So Caleb was in the far back. I was in the row in front of him, and Mr. Bach's way up at the front.
Yep.
And he's giving this lecture, whatever, and then in the middle of it, he just stops and he goes.
You got to explain what you're
Like-
doing too.
He just scrunches his face, just in the middle of class.
As
The
tight
band
as he
director
can.
did?
Yeah, huh?
The band director?
No, the teacher.
No,
this
no,
isn't
teacher.
band. This is
Oh.
health.
Just the health teacher.
Oh.
He just scrunches his face,
As tight as he can.
and he's just real quiet, and like we're all looking around, like, what the fuck's going on? And he goes, "Can you see me all right, Caleb?" And I turn around, and Caleb's like,
with my
Yeah.
face fucking scrunched.
yeah, his face was scrunched, and then he just relaxed it, and he goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You say you don't want to move closer?" He goes, "No, I'm okay."
It was really fucking embarrassing.
But he called his
called me
ass out
out.
in the middle of
Yeah.
class.
That's funny.
And like, I just remember turning around because I was right in front of Caleb, just seeing his face scrunched, and he's like, and then he relaxes. Oh my god.
Did you not
Yeah.
have glasses at the time? Or
I
you
did
forget
not. I got him shortly after that.
them?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
That's
fuck.
funny.
Mine and Kyle's band stories. I think there's endless supply of them.
Caleb always rented a trumpet, so you can rent instruments,
Yeah.
from like your
Yep.
whatever.
I didn't have to because mine was a tuba and the school had a tuba and we all shared a tuba at school. So
Right.
they had different mouthpieces.
So Caleb rented a trumpet, and he rented a couple different ones, but
Yeah,
there was
I always
one.
got him from Voight Music Center in Beloit.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there was one. He
We're just going through Caleb's mail.
I'm
Caleb
taking
had his
coupons.
trumpet, and the band room had different levels to it. So there's like the bottom level. There's
Yep.
like a little step.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, dude, Caleb was running up the levels for some reason, like sprinting, and he fucking tripped over one of the steps, threw his fucking trumpet as he's falling.
Okay, I
Fucking
didn't throw it.
yeeted that shit.
It fell out of my hands.
And it fucking dented in the bell.
Yeah.
Like it dented in the end of it where the sound comes out.
I know what a bell
Fucking
is.
crushed it.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I work at a company that makes instrument parts
Oh.
and we engrave them.
Okay,
That's
but you
fair.
know what? Some people might not know what a bell is.
3 foot longs for $18. That's
anyways,
a fucking steal.
anyways, I think one of our funniest band
2
stories,
foot
though,
longs for $13.
I think one of our,
Foot long for $7.
I think one of our
Sorry.
funniest band stories. I think one of our funniest band stories me and Kyle have is there was the breaker box was in the like
I've never
instrument
seen-
storage
and they look
room.
I've never seen someone so excited for Subway coupons. I think Kyle is right now. If someone who did not hear, Kyle took Caleb's mail and is looking at a Subway
Coupon.
coupon thing, a bunch
Yeah.
of different coupons,
I
and
really
being
hope
so
this works at
excited.
the one's over in Milwaukee.
Alrighty, continue on, Caleb.
All right, so the breaker box is in where all the band storage is for like the instruments and everything. And Kyle and I got the genius idea of flipping a breaker.
Well, it started off as flipping one.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, like
Just-
we're so ballsy. So like
Just-
we'd flip one to see if anything happened. And
Yeah.
most of the time nothing would happen.
Yeah.
So like we'd flip it and we're like, okay. But there was a camera directly on us.
Yeah.
But the plug-in to turn the camera off was right underneath it.
Yeah.
So like all someone had to do was just unplug it, and then
So-
it was ghost.
So then Kyle
Uh-huh.
and I got the great idea of flipping the main breaker.
Yeah, well I was like, Caleb, I'm just gonna flip them all.
Yeah.
So
I was
like I was gonna take my whole arm and just flip
Yeah.
them all off.
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, well, hold on. So I went and unplugged the camera so that way there was
So
no
the camera saw
evidence.
you flip it the first time.
No, because I
Mm.
showed him. I'm like, Caleb, look. I'm like, here's the breaker box. The camera. I'm like, just unplug the camera.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
like, they can't
So I
see
went-
anything you're doing here.
I went and unplugged the camera. I was real sneaky about it, like check,
Yeah.
make sure Mr. Condon wasn't looking or anything like that,
Yeah.
and just unplugged it.
And then so I looked at Caleb and I took my arm and I flipped all of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I did it, I hear, "Whoa! What happened?" So I quickly flipped them all on, and me and Caleb went walking out there. I was
quickly
trying.
plugged the camera back in.
I was trying so fucking hard to not laugh. Like,
Well, because
I had to stand at the back of the class.
he's
I'm like,
he's like backed up from his computer at this point, and he's just like looking around,
yeah.
like, what happened?
And we were walking out, and I'm like, "What happened, Mr. Condon?" And he goes, "My computer just shut off." He's like, "Everything just shut off." And Caleb's like, "Oh, really? That's crazy."
And then,
oh my God,
and
dude.
then fucking our orchestra teacher walked in, and she was like, "Did that just happen to you too?"
So it must have been for the whole
Yeah.
band.
It was
Yeah.
like the creative arts
Yeah.
wings, because it was
Yeah.
band, orchestra, and choir right there.
Does the choir
It
teacher
must
come
have
in too?
flipped off the lights.
I don't
like,
know.
Systems for everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, it turned off the lights in the fucking band room to like the storage area where we were.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
So I'm still flabbergasted that they had student access to that, because
Right.
that's
They
bad.
didn't lock
But
it
like,
or
I
anything?
can't
No.
believe no one didn't like put two and two together. Like, oh, they were in there.
Right.
You know, like oh, the camera went off.
The
Like,
funniest part is the teacher going, "Whoa!"
it was immediately. As soon as it
Kyle
flipped off.
that breaker, whoa!
How
It-
old was this dude?
Oh, he had to be
Oh,
like
40s,
late
50s.
40s,
Really?
early
He just
50s.
went,
Yeah.
"Whoa!"
But it was funny
Like
because
he's never seen a power surge before.
he did it in the dark too. It was fucking pitch black, and we just hear, "Whoa!" And oh my God, dude, it was like the comedic timing of that
Yeah,
was perfect.
it was.
Wait, are we going on to high school now?
Haven't gone to high school. real
Okay, I'll
quick.
tell mine
Wow.
since I already started.
Okay, so we Ashley, Caleb, Ben.
So I
Ashley, Kyle,
backtrack.
Caleb,
Wasn't I was a senior?
Ben. Ashley, Caleb, Kyle, Ben.
It was a senior or junior?
What?
I was
Okay.
a senior or junior, and I was on varsity basketball. I had just come back from like a really bad stomach ache, like 3 days worth of like throwing up, all this stuff. So we started lining up we were doing like warm ups, and we started lining up to get announced. And my ex-boyfriend, but he was my boyfriend at the time, he came up to me and he's like, do you have something? My stomach kind of hurts.
Oh, I know which one.
this story.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it's in my like my basketball bag. I had Tums because I'm a stomachache girly. And so I was like, yeah. And so that I asked my coach and I said, how much time do we have? And he's like, oh, you can go grab that stuff. You got like 8 minutes. And I was like, oh, perfect. Solid. So I went in, grabbed 2 or 3 because I was like, well, his stomach hurts. He's going to need it. So I gave it to him and he took it. He's like, okay, thanks. And I also gave him, I think
Sorry, 99-cent any signature stack burger. That's a fucking steal too. Just saying.
He's gonna steal
What's
your
the Pizza
coupons.
Hut ones? I haven't had Pizza Hut in so long.
Keep going, Ashley.
And so we were like, I gave him Tylenol or ibuprofen too. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so we did our whole like announcing warm up with the songs, all this stuff. We go to do the national anthem. And we line up around the 3-point line, face towards the flag, and the band's playing. The band was there. So the band starts playing, and like where my parents, Ben, and my boyfriend at the time was, I could like see them
Not
out of
Kyle.
the corner of my eyes.
And not Kyle.
No, not me.
And I could see him standing up, like you're supposed to. And then I see him like sit down. And then I see my mom put like her hand on his shoulder. And then I see him get up and he starts like running down the bleachers. And he just stops and throws up right next to like the trumpet.
And student section.
in student section
On the bleachers or the floor?
on the
Bleachers.
bleachers.
Oh.
And I like instantly, like we're supposed to have like our hands around each other and stuff.
And everyone knew that you guys were
Yep.
dating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
And
a small
s-
school.
So
We only have
everybody,
500
I
in the
like
whole school.
instantly put my hand up over my mouth and was like, and everybody's like nudging me, like
And
in the
and then he
line.
tries to stop because it's national anthem, and my mom's like, "Go, go,
Yeah,
go!"
he like tries to stop with like the throw up on the ground, and my mom like pushes him and
Down the
yells at
stairs.
him and says, "Go!" And it's like kind of quiet, but kind of not. And then he throws up
no.
again in the hallway.
in the garbage can this
In the
time.
garbage, yeah, he made it to the garbage can, and yeah. So the national anthem's over. They start,
And the funny part was, is some of these people in the school still know him because he was what 2 years older than you.
yeah,
2 years older. So he went to
Oh, you
Bigfoot
like
too.
the Cougars, huh?
yeah,
He went to Bigfoot too. So
yeah. So people knew him,
knew him
Will
at the
those be
school
mountain
still.
lions?
huh?
Older guys? Will those be mountain
Oh,
lions?
I don't know. So yeah,
I think the creeps.
we got done, and I went in the huddle, and my coach goes like, "Ashley, is he okay?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm here. I don't know." So my mom drove him back to his apartment,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
he was sick
God.
for 3 days. And I was like, "Yeah, maybe it was a bad idea for you to come hang out with me when I was throwing my guts up."
Jesus.
So
Caleb's turn.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure you have a story.
I don't know.
You could have been thinking about it, but you're on your phone the whole time. Ashley was
Nothing.
talking.
Sorry, I had to do something for work.
nothing about a girl,
yeah.
I didn't really date in high school.
nothing about a guy.
Not gay.
10%.
Just 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Hey, if someone wants to try, there's 10% chance he will try.
Come on, Caleb. I'm sure you got one.
I don't know.
All right, Ben, go.
No, I think I
don't
know
have
one.
one.
When he got caught skipping.
That was middle school.
No, that was high school.
Mm.
Yep.
No.
Because we were
God.
going in late because they had ATC or ACT,
ATC.
ACT testing.
Air traffic control.
They had the seniors had testing that day, so the underclassmen had to go in
Actually,
late.
your
Juniors.
juniors.
No, it was
No.
upperclassmen.
No.
No,
juniors.
the ACTs are juniors.
Was it
Yeah.
juniors?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't the
Well,
SATs?
It might have been
No,
SATs.
no. You're not
No, it's
thinking of
still
ACTs
juniors.
or
It was
the
probably
ACTs.
just
State
state
testing.
testing.
yeah, it was
Because
the
each
map
grade-
testing.
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
'cause-
because as seniors we didn't do map. We did the WKEC.
We weren't seniors. We were underclassmen.
Okay, so
And
then yes.
So we had to go in at like 11 o'clock or something, and me and Caleb were gonna walk in, and Caleb's like, "Dude, just skip with me," and I'm like, "No, like I don't want to get caught." He goes, "Oh, we won't get caught," and I'm like, "No, like I'm not gonna skip." So I went into school, and he's like, "Fine, I'm leaving." I'm like, "All right, deuces," and then so I go to my first class, and then after the class gets out, I'm walking down the hallway, and we pass each other, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing here?" And he goes, "My parents caught me. They brought me in." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Are you sure that was me? I don't remember
That was you. Yes.
I don't remember
And I was like, "How'd they find you?" And apparently you were like walking down an alleyway, and your dad drove by,
no.
and then he backed up, or was it your brother or something?
I don't remember this story. I
It
know
was high
that my
school.
dad driving by was in middle school. For summer school, he drove by. I was walking to Taco Bell before Taco Bell had breakfast. And I was walking to Taco Bell because my cousin worked there. Bright idea, right? He was a manager there, so I was going to go get some Taco Bell. And it was like 10 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. And I'm walking to Taco Bell across the street. My dad must have seen me there. Got to Taco Bell, pulled up right next door to me, rolled his window down. He goes, "Get the fuck in the car." And I was like, fuck. So then I got in the car and he was like, what were you thinking? And I was like,
Obviously,
wanted
I
some Taco
wasn't.
Bell. If I would have not had wanted Taco Bell, I would not have walked
Yeah.
that way.
That is true.
Oh my god.
Ben, got anything from high school?
No.
Kyle?
No, he's got to find something. I found something for Caleb.
That I don't remember. Clearly not impressionable to me.
I remember it,
High school is even worse for the quiet kid than it was middle school. And
but that's when you're going through puberty.
Middle school ruined me for girls. Okay, that sounds wrong. Middle school ruined me
you're
for
not
I've
wrong.
tried.
Middle school ruined me for trying with. How do I fucking say this?
I
Middle
don't
school
know.
ruined me as far as like dating was concerned.
Ruined your chances with girls.
That,
Yes.
so, yeah, like I didn't want to.
I was gonna
I was too much of a pussy in high
I just
school
thought
to
of a
go
middle
after
school
any girls.
embarrassing moment now. I got another middle school one.
Okay,
It's
fine.
kind of funny. So we used to have this thing called snowballs in middle school dances.
Oh,
You used to pay
Yes.
25 cents, and then your friends could sign you up to dance with somebody.
yeah. You would snowball somebody.
Yeah.
That term is really bad for a middle school dance.
But that's what
Do you
it
know
was
what
called.
snowballing is?
No,
No.
I can only imagine. You can go do that thing quick. We'll go back to mine.
So snowballing is where a guy comes in a girl's mouth
Mm-hmm.
and they start swapping it between their mouths.
oh,
It's called snowballing.
that's why you two looked at each other.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's a bad.
But-
anyway,
So my friend thought it was funny to do it to me with a bunch of girls, to snowball me with a bunch of girls. And
but he signed you up with a bunch of girls.
oh yeah, they would do it every time there was a snowball. They would
Mhm.
sign me up because I was funny. Because I didn't like. I was nervous. I didn't. I was
He was gonna
shy.
say he didn't
Okay.
like dancing with girls.
No, I didn't mind it, but
Then
I was
He was
shy.
shy.
I remember one. I remember one from. High
I was
school.
very shy. And so this one girl, she was the one announcing it because she was part of student council. She was the one announcing like who the snowball was,
Mhm.
and then she got to that one, to me and her, and she just like, okay, we're all done now, and all my friends were like, all my friends like knew about it, looked at me, and went, oh, I can't.
Oh.
They were like all like like dumbfounded, and then she just like walked
Ooh.
away, and I was like,
That's
oh,
humiliating.
all right.
That is
They
In
should
front
go
of
get
the-
their
in
quarterback.
front of the whole middle school.
They should get their.
The
Oh
whole
my
the whole 7th, 8th
God.
grade. She goes, all right, we're done now. And like all my friends, it's a small school again. We were even smaller. I graduated
Yeah.
with 64 people
Oh,
in my
fuck.
grade school. So everybody in the dance pretty much knew what was happening. Yeah, that was like the
Oh,
second
that's
snowball.
bad.
It was like
I
4 of
got
them too that
snowballed
danced.
with the new kid in 7th grade, and yeah, Braden McCarthy,
He
and we
wasn't new in
danced.
7th grade. I thought he was
The-
been there for a while.
The only thing I can think of for
Oh.
high school, like off the top of my head, that's embarrassing, is I took a girl to prom. Like 2 months later, she came out as lesbian.
No, I know another one.
Go for yourself.
Yeah,
no,
go
hold
for
No,
on.
I know.
yourself.
What?
But-
Will I remember this one?
Yes,
Are you sure?
me and Caleb, because it was the same homecoming that my incident happened. It was homecoming. Caleb was taking a girl to homecoming. They go. Halfway through homecoming, he finds out she has a boyfriend.
Oh yeah, because I asked her out while we were slow dancing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's romantic.
Yeah, he asked her out. She's like, I have a boyfriend.
Was he like older?
No.
You know
Oh.
who she is too. I'm not gonna name
We can
drop right
talk
now,
after.
but yeah. But yeah.
I was a little bit mad.
I
She
felt
just
bad
wouldn't
for
take
Caleb.
it.
So he got upset. So I was with my ex at the time, the one I was with through like 3/4 of high school. We got into a fight about something.
When
and
weren't
she-
you two fighting?
Yeah, right.
Well, no, this was I can't remember what it was about. But she stormed out of the gymnasium, and so I was just kind of like just standing like in the dance floor, just like by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, this girl comes up and just starts fucking twerking on me and like grinding
Yeah.
on me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And like, so like, I'm trying to push her away. All of a sudden, here comes my girlfriend walking in and she sees it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, it's not what it looks like. I swear to God. So then she got even more pissed. I'm like, no, I was trying to
Hey.
push her away.
Hey,
Like,
you need to learn to keep talking.
It was terrible.
you,
I am.
you get excited, go like this, and keep talking. You come back. And you go like
Yeah.
this, and you get excited, keep talking.
like it
Rotate
was
your
fucking
head
bad.
around the microphone.
That's funny.
Do you want to know a funny story about something that happened at homecoming? Kind of funny. I've heard second-hand accounts of
The
this.
last story to round the podcast off. would be a good
Yeah.
one.
After this, we have to wrap up.
This one isn't embarrassing for me. It's actually my brother sticking up for me.
Okay.
But my brother was a senior when I was a freshman.
Tyler?
Yep. And we went to homecoming, and Tyler was hanging out with his, friends and everything. And one of his friends, not his friends, one of his friends' friends,
So an acquaintance to him.
yeah, they were talking mad shit about me.
No. No, not
What
baby
were they saying?
Caleb.
I don't know. He didn't tell me what they were saying, but he just said they were talking mad shit about me. And then Tyler's friend starts giggling. And I got to point out, Tyler is a big guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
he,
Yeah.
you
If
know,
I
you
didn't
don't,
know him, I would be scared of him.
yeah. And Tyler's just sitting there straight faced. And Tyler's friend just starts giggling. And the other guy was like, "What's so funny?" He's like, "That kid you're talking about, that's his brother." And points to Tyler. The kid ran away. Literally booked it through the fucking parking arena straight out the doors and left homecoming.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was like when Tyler told me that, I was like, damn.
I'm gonna track the kids
That's
down.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No.
Oh,
Alrighty, that's
Well,
a wrap.
yep. We're gonna have to wrap it up.
Hopefully,
Thank you for our live studio audience.
It's been a little bit of a longer episode, but
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Only an hour and 5 minutes.
hopefully you got
Now we're good.
an insight more into your hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you laughed with us on our embarrassments.
And all of our other funny stories that weren't really embarrassing. That
Yep.
just kind of happened.
Or stories that Caleb
Our
doesn't remember.
tangents.
I really don't remember. I really don't remember.
Sorry, that
Kyle.
first cough like amplified in my ears.
I really don't remember the skipping one.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I remember that because I thought it was so funny.
Oh.
Okay,
But,
as always, follow our social medias. You-
I don't think we have to read them off.
no,
They've
everyone
heard
should
them.
know them
Everybody
by
knows them by
now.
now.
Yeah.
If not, I'll link them in the description.
Yep.
Why did I point down when I did that?
Because
It's a fucking YouTube video,
Yeah.
and we'll link them in the description below.
Caleb has a screen a camera just for him.
I do.
Okay.
You're ready.
All right. Well, deuces, everybody.
Toodles.
Aloha.
Adios.
Oh, aloha. That's not what I